Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's talk about the ROI of branding. And I want you to stay with me to the very end because I'm going to share with you the one most important thing that you can do to sell branding to your clients. The ROI of branding, or the return on investment of branding, is probably one of the most popular topics with the creative professionals in the communities that I manage. And why is that? It's because it can be really difficult to sell branding to clients. Because businesses many times feel that $1 invested in branding should quantifiably equate to $1 of return, and that's not always the case. Business owners have to be educated about the ROI of branding, how branding solves things for their business, how it increases the chances of their business's success, how it helps differentiate them from their competition, and also how it helps build equity and stored memory in their customers about the positive things in their products and services. Now, just to clarify a little bit about what we're talking about, here's some definitions. The American Marketing Association says that branding is, quote, a name, a term, design, symbol, or any other feature that identifies one seller's good or service as distinct from those of other sellers. Or, said another way, a brand is an authentic reflection of the company's true essence. Brand strategy really defines the intent of the brand meeting or experience. And then there's visual branding, which are the things like logos and colors and fonts and design style, things that as creative professionals we're really familiar with. There's also verbal branding, and that's the tone of voice, or the tone of voice in copywriting. There's also brand experience, which are the actions and the interactions that customers have with a brand. So now let's define branding. Branding is architecting and managing the meaning and experience of the brand with intention. And that intention manifests itself in literally everything that the brand does. Branding affects all the marketing actions, the products they sell, the services they offer, any kind of advertisement or physical embodiment of the brand like a store or an event, any kind of visual manifestation, any sound, any experience. Now let's talk about what branding actually does. When I talk about branding, I like to talk about it in terms of the 3 R's: being recognized, being remembered, and being revered. Being recognized has to do with brand awareness, the visibility of the brand, the reach of the brand. Being remembered has to do with brand recall, that is showing up consistently and repetitively and leaving a positive impression or experience with everyone that it comes in contact with. Finally, being revered. Being revered is building brand equity or brand affinity, establishing a level of trust or level of value every time you have an interaction with a consumer. So I want to take a quick break for a second and tell you about a cool group I've started. It's a private Facebook group called Brand Design Masters. It's a great community of creative professionals who are getting together and networking and sharing their work with each other, getting feedback, sharing news and resources and tools. And if you're a creative professional, you should head over to Facebook and fill out a quick application and apply. Go to facebook.com/groups/brand design masters. I'll see you over there. So what is the ROI of branding? I want to share with you some talking points that you can use with clients to communicate and educate them about the ROI of branding. Some of them are external, so that's kind of customer or prospect facing, and some of them are internal, so what it does to the company itself. Let's start with the external. One of the things that branding does externally is that it creates clarity in the mind of your consumer about who you are, what you offer, why you're better, why you're different. When the consumer understands what you offer, they'll know who to come to when they need that thing that you offer. Next, branding builds equity. With every single impression, every single interaction that a customer has with a brand, it builds up a bank of positive experience and positive memory with them. And we call that brand equity. And so with the consistency of how are you communicating what it is that you do and improving and making every experience great with the consumer that they have with the brand, it builds up a level of equity. Branding also increases brand preference. So customers choosing your brand. By clearly articulating the difference between your brand and the competition, what it is that you do, how you offer it, and what your competition does and how they offer it, it equips your consumers with the ammunition they need to choose you, to make a decision to choose your brand. So it increases brand preference. Branding also increases brand value. By creating clarity, building equity, and increasing brand preference, you are building value in the brand. And when you build value in a brand, it actually enables you to charge more for what you do. So increasing brand value enables premium pricing. Branding also improves loyalty. By creating clarity in what it is that you do, by building equity with your consumers, and by increasing brand preference, you are over time building loyalty. And you do that through delivering a consistently good product or service with a quality experience to the consumer. Branding also improves sales. This is a really important one to communicate to clients. By building a level of clarity in consumers that they can understand the difference between you and your competition, by building that level of equity, that level of loyalty, and increasing brand value, it will improve sales. It's like an equation. 1 + 1 + 1 = 3. Branding also improves new business opportunities through the 3 R's, from being recognized, being remembered, and being revered. Prospects will know you, they will remember you, and they will be more likely to show up and do business with you. And the final aspect of branding that's external that I'm going to talk about is word of mouth. Branding improves word of mouth. Because consumers understand your brand and it's really clear to them what it is that you do and how you're different and better than your competition, and you've built that equity and that value and that loyalty, they will be more apt to share about you. They will be more equipped to be able to tell a clear story about your brand, about what it is that you offer. They will be more likely to share with others through word of mouth. And word of mouth is the absolute best kind of business development that you can have. Now, one of the things that clients don't often think about or really understand that well is what branding does internally inside of the company. Branding creates a level of clarity in every single action that every single employee takes. So every product, every service, every advertising campaign, every social media post will all be on brand. They'll all be marching in lockstep with each other towards the same goal. It creates a level of consistency in understanding what needs to be done. That level of clarity also pushes through to the employees themselves, so they understand the company's mission, who they are supposed to be trying to serve, what the vision of the company is, what the goals of the company is. Clear branding gives employees a level of clarity in their jobs. One of the most important returns on investment that a company receives from branding is consistency and efficiency. Consistency in that every single ad or design or product that's developed or service that's generated or any kind of interaction with external contractors, all of this work will be very consistent to the brand's positioning and the brand's goals. It also, in doing that, creates a level of efficiency. There's no misguided work. There's no off-brand work being done that people are spending money on and might not be driving to the ultimate goals or the ultimate mission of the company. Now, at the beginning of this video, I told you I was going to share with you the one most important thing you can do to sell branding to your clients, and this is it. I hear creative professionals complaining all the time. I have to do so much teaching with my client. It takes so much time. Well, here's the deal. Educating the client is your responsibility. Educating the client is the most important thing that you can do to sell in branding. It will lead to sales. Educating your client builds trust in you as a branding partner. Educating your client will show them the real value of investing in branding with you. By discussing and teaching the ROI of branding to your clients, it will reveal all sorts of upselling opportunities for you. It will enable you to sell in branding to your client, because the more they understand and the more they understand the value of what branding can do for their business, the more apt they are going to be to spend money with you. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video on the ROI of branding. And if you did, please hit subscribe below and make sure to hit that notifications bell so you can get alerted when I go live or when I post something new. And visit me at philipvandusen.com if you need help with your brand strategy, your brand design, or your professional creative career, because I do professional coaching reach out to me at philipvandusen.com and let's see what we can do to take it to the next level. And with that, thanks again for watching, and until the next time, bye for now.